What is up, people? Welcome back to another episode of JK Sports. I got another free agency update. Sorry about the awkward angle. Let's start. There wasn't as many, thank God, as yesterday. Still, the big fish haven't signed LaMarcus Aldridge and DeAndre Jordan, but Greg Monroe did sign 3 years, $50 million. Decided to go with Milwaukee over the Knicks and Portland and a couple other teams. Apparently, because Milwaukee was the closest to the playoffs. Maybe Portland wasn't in there because that doesn't make sense. But yeah, I can't disagree with him. Milwaukee's definitely closer than New York, and they have a young core with Antetokounmpo and Jabari Parker, who'll be coming back next year, and Michael Carter-Williams. There's someone else there. John Henson. Of course, Chris Middleton, who they just signed. That is a great young core, and now they have a star that they can build around while grooming another star in Jabari Parker. And Antetokounmpo also has plenty of potential with that size and skill that you rarely see with a dude of his size. I can't disagree with that. I'm not gonna lie, as a Knicks fan, I did want him to come, but I'm not that mad really. Now all our chips are in the Robin Lopez, DeAndre Jordan sweepstakes, which won't end well. Obviously, there's a huge disparity in talent between Monroe and DeAndre Jordan and Robin Lopez, but Robin Lopez brings something that we haven't had since Tyson Chandler, a defensive presence at center, and I think that's sorely needed. In today's NBA, you need a center like that. Next, Monta Ellis went with Indianapolis. He was mulling over a few offers. Sacramento really wanted him. He signed for 4 years, $44 million. Apparently Sacramento had $3 or $4 million more in their offer, and he decided to go with Indianapolis. I think one big reason is the East versus West thing. It is much easier to make the playoffs in the East than it is in the West. You can make the playoffs with a losing record. No way you can make the playoffs with a losing record in the West. And then next I have Portland getting Ed Davis, 3 years, $20 million. I think that's a great deal. That's what he's worth, and you rarely get a player for around what they're worth in free agency. There's always someone overpaying. Only towards the end do you get some kind of bargains. And lastly, at least what I have for a player signing with a new team, Aaron Aflalo. I think for 2 years, $16 million, which I think is a good deal for Aaron Aflalo. I don't think he's a superior talent, but he is another shooting guard who's willing to play defense, and he hits threes at a great rate. And I was kind of worried that we were going to get him at a huge contract, like a 4 or 5 year thing. He's already 29, and he's shown some decline the past couple years. But I think in the system they can play to his strengths, just like hitting the open three, those spot up threes. I think it's a good deal, and it's a great bargain getting him for $8 million a year. He has a player option for the second, so we'll see how that works out. Next, a few guys who decided to re-up with their teams. Damian Lillard getting a 5-year, $120 million extension. It's crazy money, but can't say he doesn't deserve it. He's one of those players that definitely needs to be getting those max extensions. Next, Draymond Green went 5 years, $85 million. That's a ton of money. He did have that triple-double in the finals, I believe. He did have one or a couple games where he kind of disappeared, but he with his defense, his versatility, being able to guard so many different positions, and his passing ability, No way Golden State could let him go. This is their time right now while they're getting Curry at a great rate, the MVP. And it seems like they're trying to unload David Lee right now. They'll probably have to give up a first or something just to get rid of him, to open up space or get under the tax. Next, Dwayne Wade with an interesting contract, 1 year, $20 million. He's finally the highest paid player, I think, on the Heat. I don't think he's ever been in his career, which is shocking. He is the Miami Heat, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is a smart move on his part, betting on yourself. God knows Darrelle Revis got away with it. He's banked so much betting on himself. I think Wade can do it. Even if he gets a little banged up here and there, he'll still get a huge offer next year when he's 33, I think. I think that's a good deal for both sides. Boston going with Jay Crowder, 5 years, $35 million. I don't know what the hell Boston's doing, but I'm scared to criticize it because more often than not, they know what they're doing. Amir Johnson for $12 million a year, and they prioritized Jerebko with about 5 a year deal, and now Jay Crowder with a 5-year deal. I'm not a big fan of these moves, but what the hell do I know? Brooklyn was able to re-sign. I think this was yesterday, and I didn't get to it, or it was this morning. Brooklyn was able to sign Brook Lopez to a 3-year, $60 million deal. That's his max, and Thaddeus Young to a 4-year, $50 million deal. Brook Lopez, I guess you kind of had to sign if you're Brooklyn. He's their best player. It seems like they're trying to get rid of Joe Johnson because he's the highest paid player in the league, I believe. Or no, Kobe, and then Joe Johnson, and then Melo, and then Thaddeus Young. Just because you have talented players, I don't think it means you need to pay them the contracts that they're asking for. Thaddeus Young is definitely good, but you have nowhere to go from here. This is your roster. This is the roster you rolled with last year. Now this is the roster you're rolling in with again. Joe Johnson's not going to get better. Darren Williams, I doubt, is going to get any better. I don't know. And next year they're one of the few teams who don't have any max cap. It's crazy. It literally jumps $20 million next year. The salary cap, and they're not going to be able to afford a max player. Thaddeus Young is a good player. Don't get me wrong. Brook Lopez is great. I agree with that contract, but I think they maybe could have just let him go and see what they got in their rookie Rondae Hollis-Johnson, I believe. But yeah, those are my thoughts. And Omar Asik, 5 years, $60 million. So I was totally wrong in assuming that New Orleans was going to let Asik go once they extended Anthony Davis to the richest contract ever, and re-signed Ajinka. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I think you need to spend more on guards than these centers, especially the way NBA is kind of transitioning to centers who can run the floor and defend multiple positions. She can't do that. Ajinka, I don't think, can do that. But Ajinka was on a great contract. She, not so much. That may be what he's worth, but I'm not sure if New Orleans is the ones that needed to pay him. But, yeah. Outside of that, it was interesting seeing Milwaukee, Indianapolis, and Portland get some free agents. I like it. I like that, and Tyson Chandler going to Phoenix, DeMarre Carroll going to Toronto. Yeah, it's really cool to see these some of these considered small market teams getting these free agents. It's good to see Brooklyn and New York not having to pay the horrible salaries anymore. Some other people get to do it too. So yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you later. See ya.